Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AquaBrain. I'm your Virgil Drew. On today's show, we're going to talk about having a DJ business. We're going to talk about being in a band, playing live, recording. We're going to talk about the Knights of Columbus. All right, welcome to the show, my brother-in-law, Tyler Hewett. How are you, man?
I'm excellent. How you doing?
Right. Not
Living
too
the
bad,
dream?
not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Living the dream.
Good. Good.
So I am curious about this band that you were in. What was
Okay.
what was the name of the band?
I've been in a couple. It was Ghost. No, it was Lieutenant Grace. Then it was Audio Art. You can see my kids in the background there.
Yeah.
And then it was like Lieutenant Grace, Audio Art, and then Audio Art turned into No Ghost. And then from No Ghost, I went into a different group called Ghost Try Fires, and that's where I ended my playing in a band career, I guess you can say.
And what ended that? What ended your stint in the bands?
Well, a lot, but the big, I mean, when I say a lot, I meant more like, band member changes and stuff like that. But it was my shoulder. Actually, I worked as an EMT for about 10 plus years, and I was on a case at the hospital in Kirkland and tore my shoulder and had 4 surgeries to fix it. Yeah, so my kind of playing ability kind of stopped because you have to take so much time off and then trying to get back into it, and then another surgery, and then try to get back in, another surgery. And so it kind of went back and forth through that, and it was kind of hard to stay on top of my game that I kind of created for myself early on.
So how's that injury going? Are you starting to play again, or?
Yeah, I'm starting to dabble again. I was talking to my old bandmate Lewis, and I'm like, dude, remember this song? And it was one of the songs I wrote for his wedding. And he called it something different completely, which was a song I wrote for Katie when we started dating. Yeah. And you know Katie.
I do know Katie.
Your sister?
How is she doing?
Yeah, she's doing well.
Oh, good.
And I said, no, dude, it's your wedding. It's called When Stars Align. And he goes, oh, that's right, man. I wrote it with, so I wrote the music, and then his dad wrote the lyrics and his guitar bit to it. And then we surprised him on their wedding day. So it was really cool to have that kind of experience. So I brought that back. I'm like, I'm going to rewrite that song. I'm going to kind of add my new lessons learned being a DJ and how music is produced, and my inclining I want to always be better with music. And so he's like, oh, I can't wait to hear it. And so I'm going to re-record his dad's vocals with a brand new drum instrument. I might add a bass line to it. Nice. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Right now it's just piano.
Exciting. Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear you're back at it, and taking this hiatus and then being able to apply any lessons learned during that, I think everything, God gives you everything you need to be successful, but he also gives you what you can handle. If you can't handle it, then he gives you people to rally behind you. I have a really good support group, as you know, being my brother-in-law. You know what the support group is. You're one of them. Kind of rally behind me, and you learn from it, and then you always try to strive to be better. What can I do to adapt? Like losing my healthcare career. That was I was taken back. It was hard to get over. And then now joining this new IT career that I'm in, it's kind of cool. You kind of see one door. A lot of my passions, everything I do is always a passion, regardless of the outcome. So you mentioned DJ business. Is that tell me about the DJ business. What is it called?
The company that my good friend Fraser Loveman and I started, it's called One Love Entertainment.
Gotcha.
And it's a Seattle East Side based production company. And what we do is DJ services. We do staging, lighting, audio engineering, just pretty much everything. Party planning, and of course DJing. Right? I already said that probably, but. Kind of just do it all. We're just a 2-man group. We have our really good friends, Matt and Rainey, who help us out. There's a couple others sprinkled in there that lend some services, and
you need extra hands or
yeah, exactly. Because having a bad arm, you can't load everything by yourself, right?
Yeah. Well, now that it's getting better, you don't go too fast.
Baby steps. I still have some pain pains and stuff, but it's not like it used to be. The fourth surgery kind of made it get to the point where I can manage more of everyday life.
What's the goal for the DJ business?
To have it full time.
Nice.
I mean, isn't that everyone's goal when you have a passion?
Yeah.
I want it to be full time, but that's not realistic at this time because you're just starting out. Yeah. I mean, you have micro goals. You know, we've only been a proper company for about 2 years, give or take.
Yeah.
Like when you can say, okay, that's the company when it started. It also helps when you actually do an LLC and you do all the business paperwork, right?
Yeah, like now we're in.
Now we can't go back. And then, you know, book events 2021. So it's like, oh, we really got to keep this company going, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, it's fun. I enjoy it. Now that's the goal. I mean, we're in year 2. So, I mean, we have more bookings than we did last year. We have a lot more equipment than we did last year, you know? So my 5 years, come ask me again to see where we're at and see if my goals have changed. Cause that's kind of like the sweet spot where you make it or break it, I think, is at the 5-year mark. Yeah. It's like, what do we do? How do we, you know, get the next edge on, you know, everyone's a DJ essentially. Everyone can curate music, everyone can do, but it's the art that's what we're passionate about. And we want to get in there and say, let's keep the passion.
We'll make it fun.
Let's make it exactly, you know, put your own spin to it, you know.
Why hire one love over, you know, the next company?
Exactly. So you kind of make your stamp of, I don't care. I mean, they may not be technical DJs like the next guy, but you know, every time they show up, they're first in, last out. They always have a good time. They party hard and they get back to their lives. I mean, you know, I have 4 kids now, so it's like,
congratulations. By the way,
thank you, man. So yeah, awesome. Thank you.
So I remember, so we had a, well, I guess here's an in-law, but it's my cousin's kid or my sister's cousin's kid had a wedding, and you were DJing that and seemed to be really moving the crowd. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Good. Thank you.
How was that experience? Is that primarily what you've been doing, or?
We do a lot of weddings, sure, because you know, every wedding there's usually a DJ. There's very few, but there is often. There's like a small group of people that will do live bands. But yeah, there's always a DJ there. So I like doing them. Weddings are fun, but I like the bigger productions. I like the parties. Sure. I like the tailgates, kind of big mentality thing, you know. But the wedding was amazing. I was honored. I actually teared up when they asked me to, first he asked me to be in the wedding.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, as a groomsman, I'm like, are you kidding me, Eric? Wow. You seriously, dude? Yeah. And he goes, yeah, man, we want you. And I don't know how many months afterwards, he's like, hey, could you DJ? And at first I'm like, oh, Eric, Amanda, sure, I got you. No big deal. And then Katie was like, dude, you're in the wedding as well. I'm like, oh no.
That's all right. I think my dad stepped in.
Yeah, he did. He was queuing up. I was all over. And then I had to MC it because of being the DJ. So I asked one of his buddies, I forgot his name. They're like, hey, I need you to do the announcements because he was the officiant. I'm like, oh, that just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And so he did that. And then I was running back and forth. I was like a hot mess. But the end of the day, it was the most beautiful wedding that I've been to in a long time, as far as working it, if you will. Yeah. And it was kind of a cool experience because my business partner, Fraser, was up north DJing an event for Birch Bay for FanFest. And so I went up there, came down to do the wedding, and then went back up there like at 2 a.m. to do the next full day and tear down. So it was like, it was kind of an awesome,
That's awesome. That's very cool. I'm glad to hear that you guys are. I moved away right at about the time you guys started putting that.
We started taking off. Yeah, no, it was we're kind of him-hawing. I think one Christmas, like, I'm going to be a DJ, you know. And I was looking at like controllers, like the little tiny WeGo controllers by Pioneer, and I'm like, no, I should get a bigger size. And and then it just took off.
Yeah, if you ever want any advice, let me know. You know,
100%, man.
I've been in the event industry for a while, so
yeah, oh, definitely.
I might not be able to tell you what turntables to get, but I can tell you what uplights are better.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, we're working on our light game, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty easy. You can buy those little DJ lights, you know, you can do that. But if you really
we
want
like
to
to
have,
put, we're a production company. We want to produce a light show. We don't want automated crap.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not, it wasn't
But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. We do have automated stuff every once in a while, but
well, yeah. You know, I mean, you got to have it. If you're a DJ, you gotta have something easy you can throw up and it will just work for you.
Exactly.
So I did want to bring up the Beast Bus. Can you because that was near the beginning of when you started the company, and how did that happen? What is that?
So the Beast Bus is completely separate. I have the only involvement that I have with the Beast Bus is I help set up. So I'm part of the setup crew, and I also do performing as far as DJing and emceeing with Fraser. So One Love Entertainment is now the current production company that puts on the audio and helps with the bands. But gotcha. The bus by itself started, the history I'm kind of foggy on, but what I remember, it started right after the Super Bowl when we won in 2012. If Fraser's watching, sorry about that.
Was that sea chickens?
The sea chickens, yeah, the turkeys, the sea turkeys, right? Anyway, so they did a bus. It's a whole like party bus museum. They have the replica of the Vince Lombardi Trophy. They have the Ring of Honor. They have the old Kingdom seats in there. And that whole tailgate started before that. And they raised money for charity. And so
very cool.
So it's 4 different charities. And I always forget the 4th one. So forgive me. But it's Ben's Fund, which is an autistic charity for autism, obviously. And Vision House is another one, and there's a couple more that's sprinkled in there. But we earn quite a bit of cash for them. We everything's for free. Everything's donated. So I mean, it's kind of a cool event to be a part of, something big, to be selfless. You know what I mean? Because I'm a 4th degree Knight. So that's all we do is charity, being a Knight. So that really, when Fraser asked me to do that before we were a company, I'm like, heck yeah, man, I'll be there. Right off the bat, let me do what I can. You say the word charity, I'm there. And it turned into it is a party, don't get me wrong. There's alcohol served, there's food and stuff, but everything is just 100% goes back into the community.
That's fantastic.
So, and it's pretty big. I think, I'm guessing the biggest one that we had with numbers, I think it was close to over 800, 900 people, I think, and kind of quote me on that, but it's in that ballpark. But yeah, it's really interesting to see how it started and just grows into this big tailgate before the games on Sundays. So
are you looking forward to that this season? When does the normally when does the football season usually start, and when do you normally do that on an average year?
Well, it just kind of, for me, because there's so much going on. Like I said, I have a few kids. So Katie just tells me when to show up. She's my, Tyler, it's time to do your thing. I know. I mean, I'm more responsible than that, but it's kind of nice to have that backup.
Yes.
All of a sudden I'm like, oh, we're done with the tailgate, because it's a lot of work. I mean, we're there on Saturday setting up, and then until like midnight, and then we come back at 6 a.m. the next day on Sunday, and then we perform high octane the whole time, and then we tear it down, and which is usually like 10 o'clock at night, and then we go back to work on our day jobs on Monday. So it's pretty exhausting. So after 8 or 9 games that we do, we're like, we're kind of glad to take a break, but then we crave for that next time.
Yeah, right.
So to answer your question, I think it's like September.
Okay.
It's whenever the first home game is. We don't do preseason.
Okay.
So we only do Sundays for now. The city, well, I shouldn't say anything about the city. The city's great. Seattle City, but they made it difficult to do like the Thursday night and Monday night games because
which honestly
makes
works
sense
out fine for day jobs.
100%.
Right.
I don't know how many different ways I can say, hey, I gotta do this thing for charity. You know what I mean? And have my boss kind of go, enough's enough, guys.
So Seattle home games, Seattle Seahawks home games.
Yes.
Where can they find the Beast Bus? Where can they find you?
Well, again,
where are you guys normally located in the
the address is 2200 Utah Ave South. That's right by the behind of outdoor research. So there's shipping and receiving, and we're right by Seattle Starbucks headquarters.
Oh,
So
gotcha. Okay.
The joke is a sobering walk from our tailgate to the stadium,
Nice.
which is kind of a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so but no, it's yeah, they're there and we're there. My company, One Love, is always there having fun.
So I apologize.
Yeah.
I've never been to the Beast Bus.
Yeah.
Do you guys have monitors and stuff? Do you play during the game? How does that generally work?
Well, the bus, yeah, it has 2 TVs on the side of the bus, and it has one. I think it's a 70 something that's on top of the double decker. It's a British bus, an old-fashioned double decker British bus. Yeah, the upstairs has a TV that comes up underneath that you can see, and then 2 on the sides, and then 1 small when you sit back in the ring. I'm trying to visualize it, but there is a bar that's associated in there as well. So it's kind of like it's kind of
DJ on top, bar on the bottom.
Well, when we DJ, we actually use our stage. So
you're outside of the bus. Yeah. Gotcha.
Exactly. Yeah. But we do was it Edmonds? I think it was the Edmonds 4th of July. I think we've done a couple times. And I'm DJing on the back of the bus while we're driving through the city.
Yeah.
For the 4th of July parade, and Fraser's driving the bus. So I'm DJing on the back. On top, my kids are there. They're just hanging out, throwing out candy.
Nice.
A couple of the tailgaters are there that help us out. They're on there. But yeah, I mean, the tailgate's kind of a big thing. It's been a big part of my life for a while. I think it's 4 years that I've done it now. But it's kind of cool to be a part of that.
So I guess my question was that I didn't really, it didn't form my question very well, but
yeah.
So does the bus play the game while the game's happening?
No. Okay. No. 30 minutes before game time.
That's it.
Kickoff.
Done.
People leave. They usually leave an hour before they start trickling out. And then we're tearing down. So we're not even watching the game half the time.
Well, I'm sure you got it on Como or whatever
Q13.
Q13.
Yeah.
Well, on the radio or something.
No, we can actually broadcast it on the bus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're playing it, but it's more for you guys, for the crew that's.
We're not even watching it though. That's the thing. That's the problem, because we want to get out of there.
Man.
We got to get out of there before the crowd gets out. Otherwise, we're there for an additional 2 hours after the game, because there's like a line of people trying to get on 90 and I-5.
Man.
So
terrible.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I know you mentioned the Knights of Columbus. So how did you get involved in the Knights of Columbus, and what is the
well, one, you have to be Catholic and a male. But I always wanted to be a knight. My dad was a former knight. He's not in the council at the moment at this time, but he kind of brought me to like the fish dinners and the little luau's that they used to do, the pancake breakfasts and stuff. And I always remembered hanging out with a bunch of cool guys that just like-minded individuals at a young age. I didn't get baptized Catholic until I was 18, before I started, right before I started EMS. Anyway, so I started doing that, and I waited till I was baptized. I'm like, when I turn 18, I'm gonna get baptized. I'm gonna do Knights of Columbus. That is my goal path. I'm gonna be a medic. Done. I'm gonna be a musician. I had my game plan, right?
Yeah.
And then, one thing led to another. Life happened. I got more involved with my career, and so the Knights volunteering kind of went out the wayside. So I never joined until, 3 years ago. I think, let's call it 3 years. It's relatively new. I'm new, but I already made up to the 4th degree. So I think it had to be a little bit more, probably about 4 years now.
Is that all the way up?
Yeah, that's all the way up. That's the what's the word I'm trying to, patriotic. Help me with the word, man. As you can see, I got the American flag blanket behind me.
Patriotic.
Patriotic. There you go. It's early. Degree. So basically we help with the military. So we help raise money. So our charity events go to the chaplain funds or the Wounded Warriors or Heartbeat for Wounded Warriors, actually. And Yeah, so we give back to the military while the councils go to the community. And we do, as a fourth degree, help out with some community stuff and help with the councils. But we typically deal with the military and be with them. I mean, it's really fun. Now they're opening it up to view the knighting ceremony now. So before it used to be just if you're going to be a knight and you have to be a current outstanding knight, that you can only see those events, right? And so now your family can come see you get knighted. You can see the whole ceremony. They changed.
Is it what you would imagine with the sword and the?
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't really say for the fourth degree yet because they haven't. I don't want to give it away for those who are interested in becoming a fourth degree. But degrees 1, 2, and 3.
A big fish.
I don't know. They don't take a big fish. No, I'm pretty honored to be to say that I'm a knight. It's a blessing. It's kind of one of those things that, you know, being Christian, you have a path that you want to achieve, and being a knight kind of gives me as a father, as a man, a little extra edge. So I try to be better because I have that that badge, if you will.
Sure.
On
set a good example.
Way, you know, exactly, and especially for my son, and show him how to be a good individual role model. So
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's fun. But yeah, I got the sword. It's in my closet.
Nice.
Yeah, the full on sword and stuff. So
cool, man.
I haven't got the new regalia though. They used to have like the plume, and I always thought that was the coolest thing. I had different colors with different within the fourth degree. But they changed it. So now it's like a green beret kind of hat. And so it's like a black suit. Sometimes it's navy, but it's a black suit, and they have this tie and stuff. But eventually I'll get that. So
it's coming.
It's expensive. It's like $600.
Oh, geez.
Just to get the whole regalia.
And that's on you, I'm sure.
Yes, it is. Yes. So someday, maybe. Hey, Katie, if you're watching, Father's Day gift. I don't know.
well, very cool, man. It's been good talking to you. I wish you the best of luck and
hey, I appreciate
your endeavors and everything. Thank you for joining me in the brain.
Of course. Oh yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I look forward to another one.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you know when we put new videos out. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brain Aqua. This has been AquaBrainTV. Remember to keep your head up and keep those knees bent.